Thaw your sections for 15 minutes at room temperature. Meanwhile, make PBST. Overlay slides with 1 milliliter of BT fix. Use a pipette tip to gently spread fix so it covers the whole slide. Make sure you don't touch your sections. Leave the slides in fix for 10 minutes under the hood. For the next step, use RNase-free Copland jars. Pour 1x PBST into both jars. After the 10 minutes have passed, pour the BT fix on the slides into the fix waste jar. Place your slides in the first Copland jar with PBST to rinse off the fix. Leave the slides in PBST for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, transfer your slides to the second Copland jar. Leave the slides for 5 minutes. Go to the freezer and take out an aliquoted tube of proteinase K to thaw. Add 6 milliliters of PBST to a 15 milliliter tube. Add to the tube 16 microliters of stock proteinase K. By this time, your slides should be ready. Remove your slides from the Copland jar, separate them, and place them on a tray. Overlay the slides with about 0.5 milliliters of proteinase K. Using a pipette tip, spread the proteinase K evenly over the sections. Be careful not to touch your slide. Leave the Pro-K on the slides for 20 minutes to permeabilize the tissue. Do not go over time as the cells can disintegrate or all the RNA could go out of them. Dispose the Pro-K on the slides into the fixed waste jar. Place your slides in a Copland jar with PBST to rinse off the Pro-K. Leave your slides in solution for 5 minutes. Move your slides to a second Copland jar to rinse for 5 minutes. Place your slides on a tray and once again overlay the slides with 0.5 milliliters of BT fix to preserve the tissue in a permeabilized state. Using a pipette tip, spread the fix over your section. Leave the slides with fix for 10 minutes. Pour the BT fix off your slides into the fixed waste jar. Place your slides in a Copland jar with PBST to rinse off the fix. Leave your slides in the PBST for 5 minutes. Repeat the wash one more time using a second Copland jar. Measure out 50 milliliters of 0.1 molar TEA and pour it into an RNase-free Copland jar. Add 125 microliters of acetic anhydride to the 50 milliliters of TEA. Move your slides to this solution and leave them for 10 minutes. This will eliminate the charge of the Superfrost Plus slides. Wash your slides in PBST for 5 minutes. Repeat this wash a second time for 5 minutes. Prewarm the hybridization oven to 50 degrees Celsius. Pre-warm the hybridization media in the dry bath incubator at 50 degrees Celsius. When the oven reaches 50 degrees Celsius, take out the hybridization tray and put your slides on it. Overlay your slides with 300 microliters of hybridization media. Use a pipette tip to spread the media over your sections. Leave the slides with the media in the hybridization oven for 2 hours to block non-specific binding. After you remove the probe from the freezer, make sure to keep it on ice. Add a correct amount of probe to the pre-warmed hybridization media and label the tube. Use the vortex to ensure thorough mixing. Prepare a second solution with hybridization media using a different probe. Make sure to label the vial. Vortex the solution to ensure thorough mixing. Label your slides according to the type of probe you plan to treat them with. Overlay the slides with 300 microliters of solution. Cover your slides with parafilm. Keep your slides in the 50 degrees Celsius oven overnight. Before, make sure the Whatman paper is wet with 2 milliliters of hybridization media.